Hey guys, we're back for another breakdown here. Starting with the NFC West, we're coming with the 4th ranked team, Arizona. Yeah, they're without a doubt the 4th team in that division. Taking a look at the quarterbacks though, they have a kind of a nice little duo maybe. You could start with Sam Bradford if you wanted, but I definitely wouldn't advise that. Start with Josh Rosen. Josh Rosen? Okay. Josh Rosen, he's got some good accuracy. Ratings to start off, his short accuracy is pretty good. I think he has one of the best accuracies out of the rookie quarterbacks. I'm pretty sure Baker Mayfield's number 1 and he's 2nd. He has really good short accuracy, I believe. Good throw power. And then if he doesn't work out, you always have Sam Bradford, who's pretty accurate, but I would definitely start out with Josh Rosen and see what he becomes. But you should be able to develop him into a decent starting quarterback and maybe even to an elite one. Moving on to the next position. Taking a look at the running back position now, you obviously have the elite David Johnson. He can do it all. He can catch, he can run, he's powerful, fast, elusive. So that's going to be a plus playing with Arizona, but their negatives kind of outweigh the positives. David Johnson, you're going to have to re-sign him, so keep that in mind too. His contract is coming up soon, so I think you might have to re-sign him this coming up year after the season, but definitely one of the best running backs in the NFL, so you should have some fun playing with him at the running back position. Not really much depth there though, so you might want to get a little depth, go behind him, maybe a second running back, but that position's pretty good to have. Looking at the wide receiver position, you obviously have Larry Fitzgerald, but his speed just does not do him justice. 83. I know he moved inside to the slot, but he's still going to be your best receiver. He'll still make a lot of catches for you. But 83 speed's definitely going to be a game breaker. He's not going to blow past anybody with that. Literally nobody. But then they got a pretty good guy in Christian Kirk, I think, who's underrated going into the draft. So he might be your next Larry Fitzgerald. Who knows? You might be able to upgrade him to be good. But wide receiving core definitely is on the downfall with Larry Fitzgerald. Probably going to retire after the first year. You have J.J. Nelson, who, alright, he's a decent receiver. Is nothing special. Christian Kirk's really going to be your guy if he can develop into somebody good. You might have an elite player there, but Larry Fitzgerald will be elite while he plays, but I'm pretty sure he's going to retire after the first year, so receiving core is definitely going to be a big obstacle for this rebuild. Tight end also getting a little older there as well. Still can make some pretty good catches though with that catch and traffic rating, but definitely look to overhaul your receiving core. This is going to be one of the biggest challenges for the Cardinals. Their receiving core kind of needs rehauled after Larry Fitzgerald retires, so keep that in mind too if you choose to play with the Cardinals. Taking a look at the offensive line, they're kind of more of a running offensive line, to be honest. Your left tackle's pretty good at run blocking, which might be a problem. You definitely don't want to not have a good left tackle to protect Josh Rosen, because he's probably going to try to be your future for that franchise. So you're going to want a good tackle group to protect him, because those NFC teams, they got those elite pass rushers on the ends, so that's going to be tough. I think offensive line is going to be huge next year, so definitely you're going to want to upgrade that position. But as of right now, they're going more towards running offensive line, so you might have to stick with the run game for your first season until you're able to upgrade the tackles. But they did go out and get Justin Pua or whatever his name is from the Giants in free agency, but it's still going to be tough. You're going to need to get some pass blockers to protect Josh Rosen or Sam Bradford, whoever you choose to play. That's going to be a pretty big deal. To be honest, you're going to want to get some good pass blockers out there, so that's definitely going to be a negative also for the Cardinals. Alright, taking a look at the defensive line for the Cardinals, you have Marcus Golden, who's nothing special, to be honest. He's getting up there in age. You have Chandler Jones at right end, which is a little confusing seeing how he does play linebacker. So that makes me think they're going to change to a 4-3 because they're not just going to put Chandler Jones inside when he's such a monster on the outside, but they screwed over Chandler Jones. I mean, 80 finesse move, he led the leagues in sack. That's just ridiculous. An 80 finesse move, he actually led the league in sacks. So he's on my top 5 underrated. He's my number 1 underrated player. Make sure you check that video out. But I mean, it's just going to be tough because they didn't give him a great rating after leading the league in sacks. Their defensive line is not the best, especially their interior offensive linemen. Their defensive tackles aren't going to be able to stop the run real good, and plus Corey Peters is getting up there in age. Your best defensive lineman is going to be Chandler Jones. Hopefully the Cardinals are switching to a 4-3 because that's the only reason I would see why they would even move Chandler Jones to the inside, but that's going to be tough, that defensive line. You have Chandler Jones, and then basically you need to replace your left end and your defensive tackles. So keep that in mind if you choose to play with Arizona. Now taking a look at the linebacking core, I mean, you have some fun young players to mess around with. You have Hassan Reddick, who has massive speed for outside linebacker. Then they have Deon Buckman at right outside linebacker. Your middle linebacker is going to be really weak, to be honest, so you're going to want to upgrade your middle linebacker as soon as possible. I really hope they're moving to a 4-3 because I wouldn't really see why they've done the moves they've made, changing the players' positions like this, if they weren't going to 4-3. Because, I mean, Hassan Reddick is a very fast linebacker, and so is Deon Buckman. So if they go to a 4-3, that would just be nasty to be able to go from edge to edge like that, being able to stop the run and doing whatever they got to do. Definitely draft a middle linebacker or free agency one. Try to get a fast one, though, to make that linebacking core extremely fast, because your outside linebackers are already fast. So you should be able to keep your outside linebackers where they are if it is a 4-3 defense. Not sure if it is or not, but if it is, you should be able to keep your outside linebackers and they should be good. Middle linebacker definitely should be concerned, though. You definitely want to upgrade that as soon as possible, but decent outside linebacking core. Not for a 3-4, only if they are going to a 4-3, which I don't know. I looked it up and it says a 3-4, but I have a hard time believing that, seeing how they had Chandler Jones on the inside and he's a specialist pass rusher. They're not just going to move inside. So we'll see. Moving on to the next position, though. Taking a look at the cornerback position, you obviously have the elite Pat Peterson, he is elite still, but he is getting up there in age. That's a theme going on with Arizona. That's why they're going to be so tough to rebuild. Their elite players are getting older. He does still have a 93 speed, so your first and second year with him, he should still be one of the best cornerbacks in the league for you. Then you have Jamar Taylor, who's also kind of a speedy corner. Not the best man coverage, but serviceable second cornerback, but look to start replacing some of your cornerbacks because Patrick Peterson is getting up there in age, but he definitely will be able to play 3 or 4 seasons at a high level for you, but look to get a good nickel guy and second cornerback as well. Cornerback position definitely can be upgraded, so keep that in mind too. Now taking a look at the safety position, you have Antoine Bethea, if I'm saying his name right. I'm probably not, but he's old, so that's going to be tough because he only has an 82 overall, so he's definitely not going to improve. So definitely look to draft that free safety position. Then your strong safety should be able to develop into an elite player. You have Budda Baker, who's fast and I'm pretty sure can hit hard. You're just going to have to upgrade some of his tackling and zone coverage. So your strong safety should be able to stay. Free safety you're going to want to upgrade after their lost Honey Badger. But so overall on this team, definitely going to be one of the harder teams to rebuild in Madden 19, seeing how all their elite players are getting up there in age except David Johnson. So you will have a running back throughout your build, but Larry Fitzgerald, Chandler Jones, Patrick Peterson, all getting up there in age. Not a lot of pass rush to talk about. Defense kind of needs overhauled, and so does your offensive line. So Definitely one of the hardest rebuilds in Madden 19 in my opinion, and will be a fun one if you can manage to rebuild it. It should be pretty rewarding if you can manage to rebuild it, but we'll see. So they're coming in at my 4th ranked team in the NFC West. Let me know what you guys think about this series, and I will see you guys next episode. Peace out.